I'm making new weapons and armor for my indie roguelite game in Unity. Weapons and armor are very necessary parts of progression in lots of games. For example, Terraria's whole progression system revolves around getting new weapons and armor, digging a new ore, and then getting even more weapons and armor. This is Terraria's gameplay loop. While Terraria's gameplay loop isn't going to be exactly like mine, the concept is still similar. What I mean is the main progression will still be through weapons and armor, but the way of obtaining said armor will not be the same. The system in my game is very simple. You clear a room, you get a chest, and you get an item from that chest. There is one big problem with that. Can you guess what it is? The problem is that this system requires no skill at all, which is a problem that many other roguelite games have. So once again, I'll be taking advice from other games. This time it will be Dead Cells and Hades. Dead Cells has a door after each area which requires the player to beat the last area in a certain amount of time. If the player beats the challenge, they get a choice of 3 upgrades. There are 2 main great things about this system. The first one being that this increases the skill of the game, and the second one is it gives the player a choice. Hades is something very similar, but that's enough talking about other games. Let's get into how I'm going to implement this in my game. Right now, when you complete a wave, you get a chest, which like we have gone over already, isn't great because it takes no skill. To counteract this, I'm going to make another chest that when you try to open it, it spawns a much more difficult wave. And here is the start of that concept. So as you can see, I've got the chest here. If I walk up to the chest and hit E, it spawns a difficult round. And here is the difficult round next to the normal round. And as you can see, the one on the left is far more difficult, maybe a bit too difficult, I haven't decided yet. And then I quickly made the sprite for the upgraded chest. When we beat the difficult wave, we get this chest, which is a much cooler version of the original chest and will give us better upgrades. And with this system done, I can finally say that my game takes more skill than it did before. This is great. So now we've got the system for this progression system set up. Now we just need to make the weapons. So I quickly drew 4 new weapons in a sprite. And putting them all into game, I found out that what's there is cool. All the weapons are beginning to feel very samey, so I had to come up with some new ideas to set them apart. So the first idea I had were magic weapons, and more specifically, magic books. The plan for the magic books was to have many different elements, each with their own unique ability. Because like I said earlier, weapons were beginning to feel very samey. The first magic book I'm making is the Book of Lightning, which will shoot out a lightning bolt dealing strong amounts of damage and piercing enemies. And putting it in game, I can say that I am very happy with how it turned out, mainly because it is very unique compared to other weapons, so it makes it exciting to use. Also, you can see the weapon is very strong. It can take out a hard round with ease, even with my poor dodging skills. After this, I thought of another idea. This time it was a throwing knife. And while I'm not too happy with the visuals or animation, it definitely gets the job done and adds to the weapon pool of the game. On the topic of animations, how animations work in my game is there is a boolean variable that if checks plays a different animation. One of them resembles attacking with a sword and the other shooting a bow. 90% of the time these 2 animations work fine, but in this situation I'm not sure it does. It sort of looks like the player is throwing the weapon, but I'm not sure. Let me know what you think. And with a few new weapons done, I found out that it's time to stop making new weapons and try to refine the combat system as a whole. The first thing I wanted to add was some kind of dodge system. In many games similar to mine, the player is able to go through projectiles without taking any damage by rolling over them. So, let's make it. For the dodge, I wanted it to be very clear when the player was dodging and when they were not, because I don't want the player to be taking damage because of bad game design. To do this, I'm making it so that the player comes transparent while dodging, and also a particle system will spawn when the player dodges. Another thing that was important to add was I wanted the player to have loads of control while dodging, since this will be the main way to avoid taking damage. To do this, I simply increase the speed of the player instead of adding force in a certain direction, giving the player full control while dodging. And here is the dodge ability in game. Not only does it let you dodge through enemies, but you can also use it strategically to dodge through exploding enemies and make them explode without taking damage. With the dodge system set up, I'm going to go over another problem in the combat system, and that is the armor. The problem with the armor is that there is too little variance between the sets. The only difference is how much defense they have. To solve this, I'm going to have a system where some armors have special abilities, so let's make it. I want this set of armor on screen to deal 150% extra damage, which will hopefully differentiate it from the other sets of armor. To do this, I will create a new variable in the projectile script and multiply the damage by this new variable. The variable will be changed depending on what current armor you have equipped. With the functions of it set up, I wanted it to be more interesting when you actually pick the item up. In the last devlog I said, you see I've also left a lot of space below, that is so I can add other stuff. I'm going to use the space below I talked about to add some cool user interface. Like this, now you can clearly know what special boost your current armor has. Now I just need to have more unique sets. But before I start, I wanted to make each different set of weapons and armor do a similar thing. For example, the emerald weapons all have low attack damage and a high attack speed, and the brute armor has high attack damage and low attack speed. I'm hoping to keep this consistent across the armor. And here is the emerald armor. As you can see, it gives a pretty significant boost to attack speed. And you might have noticed in the glass clip that there were finally health bars in the game. This is something I've wanted to add for a while but never got the chance to do so. Health bars are surprisingly easy to make in Unity. All you need is this slider component on the canvas, and you need to make the slider follow the slime, using this code highlighted here. And that's the end of the health bar system, and also the end of the video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to subscribe. I'm almost at 900 subscribers, and if you did enjoy this video, you will like this video at the top of your screen. Thank you for watching, and bye.